this is what you'll be receiving, which has the R100 top plate and the R100 white bag of hardware parts and the R100 yellow bag of hardware parts, and you'll get a tube of Vibratite, which is a Loctite, and we'll also add an attention card to make sure that you use the hardware that you receive in the packs and you don't use any other hardware that you might find available somewhere else. And this is the first elevation plate, and it looks like this. And the reason why this is so thin is because the R100 combined with the R200 actually gives you the same height as if you were stacking two stock heel plates together. And then you will also receive, in order to install the 200, a white bag of hardware and a yellow bag of hardware. And you'll receive a plate that looks similar to the R200, except it is going to be a little thicker, and this elevation height, once they're all three together, will actually give you the same height as having three stock heel plates assembled as one. And then of course you get your R300 white bag of hardware parts and R300 yellow bag of hardware parts. So those are, this is what you'll be receiving.
Here are the tools you will need for the installation of the R100, R200 and R300 top plate combination. The first thing you will need is a quality number 2 Phillips screwdriver. Using a substandard screwdriver with soft metal will likely result in a stripped screw head. Do not use an electric screwdriver. Do not use a cord or cordless drill. For most installs you will need a heat gun to melt or loosen the Loctite or glue that keeps the factory screws from vibrating loose. This is a 2-stage heat gun that will heat at 750 degrees or 1000 degrees. And protection, or oven mitt to protect your hand while heating the pedal. Heat plate, or cookie sheet to protect your table or surface from heat. And a drum key. These tools will satisfy most installs.
This will be the installation for all the machined newer pedals that DW has come out with, both the single pedal, the double bass pedal, as well as the hi-hat pedal. The same procedure will apply to each one of those with this model. So what we're going to do is look at what our kit comes with. We've got the R100 top plate. We've got our pack of R100 hardware in the black and white label and a pack of hardware in the yellow and black label. We have a tube of Vibratite, and for this we need a wrench with a 3/8 inch socket, or an open wrench with a 3/8 inch socket, and then we're going to need a 1/8 inch hex drive tool, and that will help us disassemble this. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to put it in our on our heating dish, because we're going to have to use heat with our heat gun. But this is going to be a little different than our other models when we heated them. The only screws we need to heat are 1, 2, 3 that are secure in the back. So what we have to do is look inside through these holes and find where each of those screws are, because we're still going to heat them on 750 degrees from the top down. And going through those holes, it'll help us get to the shaft of the screw quicker and get that thread locker to release. So probably only have to do this for 2 or 3 minutes. Once you've done that, then shut it down, put your protective mitt on so you don't burn yourself. Be very careful. And then go ahead and lift up the pedal, and let's go ahead and remove the 3. And then we'll just go ahead and that should come right out. All right, we'll take this screw out. Anything, and then we'll drop this down. Now what we've done is let this all cool, and we can let it cool because we don't have any more Phillips. No, we don't have any more Phillips screws to contend with. What we have now are the hex heads and nuts, so you don't need heat for those. So this comes off, and then we will take the wrench, put it on there, unscrew it, and put the out. That off, take this one out, and here's the heel plate for this model of pedal. Now, like we did with the red hinge, this is the same hinge, only it's made with more of a brushed aluminum or steel look. Going to again rotate it 180 degrees, just like we did before, leaving it in the same position, not inverting it. And then take our hex nuts, screw heads, and take our nuts and put them back on. Okay, and these have thread lockers already built into the nut head, so as soon as you can't twist it with your fingers any tighter, go ahead and put the driver and just start until it's snug. Now we have the tongue in the right configuration. So we take the R100 top plate. Now we've pulled the tongue insert plate out for all the other applications so far, but for the machine drive and for the ultralight or the 6000 series that has a basket frame, you will leave this on. You will leave it in. So this model and the basket frame models, you'll leave this in. And this here. Okay, here we are with the R100 on the machine drive. And one thing about this machine drive is you have to make sure you keep the hex screws and the nuts with your R100 pack, because if you ever want to go back to the stock heel plate, you're going to sell this or do something, you have to have these screws.